Hey everybody, welcome back to Happily Hester After. Honestly, y'all, I can say that this is never a position that I thought I would be put in. This is never a scenario that I had dreamed out for my life. I never thought that I would have to experience losing a child. And I think the thing is, and something that I want to say to those women out there who have experienced loss of a baby or of a pregnancy, is this. A lot of people, especially when you lose your baby early on, they don't really understand why it hurts so bad. They don't really understand why the pain is so deep if you never really met them or if you didn't really know them for that long. But I want you to realize this, and this part is for the women who have experienced this, but this is also for the people around them. When you find out that you are pregnant, when you find out that there is life growing inside of you, within the first few moments, within the first few hours, within the first few days, you form a connection. Your heart, it's like your heart just opens up, and within it springs and grows hope and dreams. You start dreaming, you start imagining, you start thinking of what life is going to be like and the wonderful things that your child is going to accomplish. You start thinking about the love that you will share between the two of you, and the connection forms without ever having to see them, without ever having to hear their voices. When you become pregnant, it's like a glimpse toward the future. You start making plans and adjustments, and you just start having these dreams and thinking of these moments that you're excited to share with them. And those are some of the greatest moments that you can have, especially because they often happen early on in your pregnancy. For some people, no, but for some people, it does. That connection forms. And when that connection is broken, when it's ripped away unexpectedly, even after only a few weeks of pregnancy or months, it is almost as painful as losing someone that you have been talking to and looking at and touching and just been with in person for the past 10 years. Because for the first few weeks of pregnancy, it is just you two. You can tell other people and they can be excited and they can congratulate you and they can be a part of the pregnancy, but nobody really knows how you feel on the inside. Nobody really knows the connection that you have between the two of you. And that's why nobody can really ever truly understand the insurmountable pain and devastation that you feel when they are taken away from you. I don't have the right words to say to make the pain go away. The truth is that nobody does. Because the only words that could really make that pain go away are words like, oh, there the baby is. Oh, there's been a mistake. There's the heartbeat. Strong and healthy baby. Don't worry. They're going to be fine. And I am sorry that I cannot say those words to you. I'm sorry that you won't get to hear those words in this situation. I wanted desperately to hear those words. But instead, I heard things like, these things happen. I'm sorry. You can just try again. Sorry, y'all. And those are some of the hardest words to hear. They are some of the most painful words that I have ever heard in my life. Because all of those dreams, all of those hopes, in a single moment, gone. So, for the woman out there who is struggling so very hardly with the loss of her child, I want to say this. You are so strong to go through what you've gone through, to feel what you feel, and to continue moving, to continue going out there and living your life. It is a strong and it is a brave thing to do, and I never want you to allow anybody to make you feel otherwise. I never thought that I could make it through one loss, let alone two. I thought for sure that that second loss would kill me. I struggled with depression, suicidal thoughts when I was younger, and I just knew that I could not do this a second time, but then I did. Somehow, only by the grace of God, I kept getting out of bed, and I kept moving, and I kept living my life. And there are moments that I have, there are moments that you may have, where you remember, or it all comes back to you. And that is okay. It is okay to feel how you are feeling. It is okay to mourn. It is okay to be sad for a while. And nobody gets to dictate how long that lasts. Nobody can tell you that you should only be sad for this amount of time. Nobody. You take the time that you need. But what I want to tell you is this. Take the time, and then you've got to get up. My mother-in-law said something very important to me after my second loss, when all I wanted to do was quit all my jobs and lay in bed all day. She said, if you don't get up now, it'll just get harder for you to get up. And that is the truth. I know that every fiber of your being just wants to lay down and never get back up, never have to face the world again. But you have to. Your child is counting on you. I know that it sucks to hear, but God does everything for a reason. One of the main reasons that I made myself get up, and I continue to make myself get up even when it hurts, is because I refuse to believe that my children lost. I refuse to believe that my children lost their lives for nothing. I believe that I have been left so that I could tell their story, and so that I can tell our testimony whenever we're able to birth living children and that live long lives, and we're able to tell them about their siblings. Well, what would have been their siblings? I believe that that is my calling, to go out and to encourage women to keep moving even after extreme pain. To encourage women who have healthy pregnancies and who have never experienced loss to cherish every moment and to never take it for granted. I know that you are going through a lot right now. I know that you are feeling a lot. But one of the greatest feelings in the world is being able to help somebody else, especially after you have gone through something hard and traumatic. Being able to turn that misery into a ministry, it feels great. And maybe you're not ready for that yet, and that is okay. Because when you are ready, you never know who will be helped by your testimony, by your story. So I want to encourage you to keep going. Keep getting up. Keep moving. Keep trying. You don't ever have to forget your children. But you do need to get up, and you do need to go on with your life. Or else, doesn't it just seem like their lives and their loss was in vain? I know that those are some of the hardest words. Honestly, they're hard to say, let alone to hear. But I want to encourage you to remember that you are strong and you can get through this, and God is by your side the whole way. And one more thing, one more very important thing. This is not your fault. I'm going to say it again because I need you to hear me. This is not your fault. I have spent so many days and so many months and weeks of the last few years believing that it was my fault. But the fact of the matter is, it is not. It is not my fault. It is not your fault. Nothing you could have done. Unfortunately, nothing you could have done would have changed the outcome. Okay? It wasn't because you went to work. It wasn't because you moved around too much. It wasn't because you drank that cup of coffee when you didn't know that you were pregnant. It wasn't because you went and did a full body exercise before you knew that you were pregnant. Babies are resilient. And if they were going to stay, I know that it's hard to hear, but they would have stayed. The pregnancy would have progressed. And I'm sorry. But never, ever think that this is your fault. Because that guilt will eat you alive. Forgive yourself. Forgive your partner. Forgive God. And get back up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was able to serve as an encouragement to you. If you have any comments or thoughts or anything, as always, please leave them below. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit that bell button so that you can receive notifications whenever we post new videos. And just remember, y'all, even in your hardest moments and in your moments of the most pain, remember, God is there. He is with you. He will never leave you nor forsaken you. I know that sometimes your grief clouds your eyes and stops you from being able to see him, but that does not mean that he is not there. He is there, and he is good. He is good all the time, and all the time, he is good. Thanks. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and Lord willing, I will see y'all next time. Bye.